Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Alain. I'm here in Montana where we've actually had some snow the last few days. Some places are burning up, heat waves. We've had in the 40s and rain here in Missoula. But I was talking to a physical therapist yesterday, and she was talking about up at Georgetown Lake of the pass there got into some snow. I know like Rogers Pass has snow, and so we're getting snow in the upper elevations, rain in the lower here in Montana, while other places are burning up. Just crazy weather. But yes, snowing here in Montana, and it's almost July. Crazy, crazy. Now, yesterday, I went to physical therapy, and then after that, I went to see the surgeon and got a really good report. Both the physical therapist and the surgeon are very pleased with how the knee is progressing. Did x-rays. He said everything in the x-rays looked good, the alignment, the connections, all that kind of stuff. So very good report from the surgeon. Says I'm ahead of where a lot of people are at this stage. I'm almost 6 weeks. Friday will be 6 weeks. And just got to continue doing what I'm doing. And hopefully it'll start getting even better. He said this first 6 weeks is the worst. I still got a ways to go, but he said you should start seeing faster gains and be able to do some things now that the first 6 weeks is over. He also said some of the swelling and some of that, it can last a year. And so I still have a ways to go, and it's still going to take a while, but the worst is over and things are going good. So after that, I went out and I had a burger last night, celebrate good x-rays. And I posted that. You know how I do that. And I post those, not that I want you to go eat burgers, but I want you to go enjoy life. Do something you like. Do something you enjoy. I enjoy burgers. It's something I do, right? And so then I got an asshole commented. It's just, they come, I don't know where they come from. They just come out of the woodwork. But this was the comment, on the burger picture. Very expensive, shitty food. Who goes around and just comments on people's stuff like that? Only assholes. And, I'm bringing this up because there's going to be a second part to this. But I did respond to him. And here's how I responded. I enjoyed the meal. And that's really all that matters. I've always believed it's better to contribute something positive than criticize what someone else enjoys. Because really, if you're going around and criticizing people when they're posting things like that and saying negative stuff, you're just an asshole. And, this guy's not a friend of mine, not even a Facebook friend. But since my things are public, anybody can see them and comment. And so I get stuff like that. And you notice how I replied. I'm not going to go down into the mud and fight with him or get stupid, because that's probably what he wants. But I didn't let it go either. I made my point. Anybody reading comments can see who's who and who stands for what and who the asshole is. That's why I'm drinking out of my mug. More mountains, less assholes. A public service announcement from your folks in Montana. A very good cup for today. But immediately after seeing that comment and making my response, I was scrolling a little bit on Facebook, because not a lot else to do and I'm elevating my knee. And I saw someone else post about martial arts. And she had posted how a person said some crude, vulgar, rude, and inaccurate things to her about the martial arts she practices. And she, and again, she doesn't know the guy, doesn't have any relationship with him. He just saw her posting about her martial art and decided he had to tell her his thoughts on it, which were pretty negative and rude. What an asshole. What is the benefit and why do you feel compelled to go and do that? And, I commented to her and said, you got to ignore those. And I said, I just had one literally a couple minutes ago on my page. And, these kind of jerks are worthless. Would you just go knock on somebody's door, knock on the door and say the flowers in your garden suck, or the thing you have, the wreath on your door is shitty, or looking in the window and say your TV's a piece of shit, or the art on your wall is a crap, would you go say that to people? You get knocked on your ass if you did it to my house, but people think they can do it on social media. And it just amazes me how people think they can do that, and they do it and think that that's appropriate. And it's just a sad state of affairs that people will go around and behave that way. And so when you're a victim of it and somebody behaves that way to you, take the high road. Either delete them and move on, or you can comment like I did that shows that you're taking the high road, and comment with something that you believe in, which I do believe in. I believe in being positive and not criticizing what other people enjoy, and state your philosophy and your beliefs, and then move on. And don't let those guys bother you. Like the person yesterday was bothered by how that guy sort of attacked her martial arts out of the blue. And it's just, why would somebody do that? And so we have to make sure we don't let those people get to us, especially because they really don't matter. And would they come up to your door, come into your house and start talking like that? Not hardly, because they're pretty worthless pieces of shit is what they are, to go around and do that from hiding behind a keyboard. So I just wanted to share those couple different things today. Going to say hello to a couple people before I jump off here, and going to say good morning to Thad. Thad was here and said good morning. Appreciate that, Thad. Dixon says, yours was last week, but mine's today. So swap out your coffee for a mimosa. Only excuse for drinking champagne before noon, so you can share in the toast and help me celebrate. Well, happy anniversary, Dixon. Yep, my anniversary was last week and yours is today. So happy anniversary. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and go ahead and celebrate and drink before noon if you want to. You've earned it. So I hope you do have a good one, Dixon. Thank you. Jay is here, and Vicky and Sasha. Thank you guys for being here and saying good morning. Jay also said, hell yeah, about stuff. Dixon said they're referred to as keyboard warriors for a reason, not strong enough to be overly critical in person. Exactly, Dixon. I said that, they're not going to do any of that in person, but if you won't do it in person, why are you going to do it on a keyboard? Because you're gutless and worthless and a piece of shit. I mean, excuse the language, this program, but that's what those people are. Good morning, Richard. Appreciate you being here and saying good morning. That's what I wanted to share today. Don't let those guys get to you, because what we really need is more mountains and less assholes, just like my mug says. So we're going to go out and we're going to spread positive messages. We're going to support people on social media, use it for good, and delete, ignore, or use examples of these jerks that behave rudely and poorly. And if you see somebody that's being bothered by one of them, make sure you support them and let them know that it's not them, it's the jerk, and to move on and not let it bother them. Like I tried to do with the person yesterday who was a little bit upset because of how that person went after him over martial arts with ignorant opinions and thoughts. They obviously did not know what they were talking about, but they took the air of being the supreme grandmaster of all martial arts, and how her arts were sort of worthless. I think, yeah, got no use for people like that. And Jay just wished Dixon a happy anniversary. Thank you, Jay. Thank everybody for watching, everybody for commenting, everybody watching replays, everybody listening to the podcast. Thank all of you. Make it a terrific Tuesday. Happy anniversary, Dixon. You guys go out and celebrate and have a wonderful day. And I will be back to see you all tomorrow.